will even chew gum to keep themselves from saying the words as they read, because there's no other way that they can fight that. Studies also show that if you listen to music, especially classical music, when you read, it's going to improve your reading speed. I don't know why this is. Maybe because classical music relaxes your brain, but whatever the reason is, listening to music while you read, it has been shown to speed up your reading speed. So get some Mozart or Beethoven and read fast. This next step of forcing your eye to move across the page by using your finger or a pen is the most important part of speed reading. Whenever you see a sentence, and the sentence says, "The boy ran to the store," most people will read that sentence this way. The boy ran to, the boy ran to the boy ran to the store. In other words, it's called visual regression. What your eye is doing is it's going back and it's reading all the words that you've read before. And it's doing it so fast that you don't even realize that you're doing it. And that is the biggest thing that slows you down when reading. It's the visual regression, your eye bouncing all over the page. So instead, whenever you read, take your finger or take a pen or a pencil or a marker or a highlighter and read with that and force your finger or force that pen across the page. That forcing the pen or your finger across the page and then force your eye to follow your finger, that alone should double your reading speed because your eye is not bouncing all around. The next key to speed reading is learning to see groups of words. For example, if you see the three words, Statue of Liberty, you've seen it so many times and you know it goes together. Your eye is trained to see that phrase as a group, Statue of Liberty. You're not reading Statue of Liberty as individual words. If you can learn to do that and learn to see in groups of words as you read, it is going to speed up your reading speed. The next step to speed reading is to read the first sentence of each paragraph and read the last sentence of each paragraph, but kind of zoom through the middle. And here's why. The first sentence of each paragraph often tells you what it's going to be about, and then the last sentence of each paragraph sums it up. And if you read those two and then just kind of zoom through the middle, you will probably get the gist of that paragraph. And the final step to speed reading is go faster than you think is possible. When you're using your finger or that marker and you're pushing your eye across the page and forcing your eye to follow your finger, go faster than you think is possible. You will be amazed at how much you can remember and retain and the speed that you can go at. Now, the important thing is to push yourself and go faster than you think is possible, and you will be reading faster than you ever thought before. One of the biggest things in speed reading is you need to know how fast you're currently reading so you can gauge your progress. Click the link right here, and I'll show you how to calculate your reading.
All right, so what did we learn? What did we learn? Let's go. Number one, what's number one skill?
Your content.
Yes.
And the review.
Okay, so when you pick up a book, what's the first thing you do? Put in the table of content. All right, after that, what you do?
The review. And then the summary.
All right. Next.
And
Don't stop. Is that number two?
Yes.
Okay, sorry. Number three. What's
don't
number
read to yourself.
three?
Don't read to yourself.
What's the third one?
You have regression, breakdown,
Visual regression. All right. So what's the second one? Is that everybody do something?
Speed, or you can click the link.
Used to, right? Okay, so don't reach yourself. Because that kind of slows down your speed as well. The third one, when you say visual regression, what do you mean? Visual regression is, when you read the first line and then you say the boy ran to the store. That's something that's not like that's visual regression. I think they're reading and then you find it's not going back. There's no one paragraph. And you're wondering, what's in with this paragraph? Alright, and that's why you said reading with a pen or your index finger, alright? So tracing those lines, forcing your eyes to focus and actually move. Okay? And then now said go as fast as you think you can, faster than you even think it's possible. All right, because that helps you and stops you from doing visual regression. This is the next one.
Visual regression, but then my idea was, okay, I really wanted to learn these things. So if you read as fast as you can, but the idea of avoiding visual regression so that you can read as fast. So, would you still learn the things you need to learn?
So the question I'm going to ask you is that everything that you know today, did you learn them conscious? But many things that we know today, we did not learn them conscious. That means your mind has that powerful ability. And you'll be amazed. You see, the truth is that you can't really test yourself by what you're reading now. It's when an opportunity comes with you to reading what you're learning. Alright? So trust your mind to pick up the information to go as fast as Thank you. Next.
Listening to classical music.
Some people, yeah, not kind of classical. Yes, not you can be instrumental.
I'm a music person. Next time, start learning this, singing on the stage.
Just go to walk off.
Yeah, that was classical music, calm down. Some people they like the center calm as long as everywhere is just full of.
Just means one kind of mood that you can really focus.
Yeah.
No.
But
If I'm let's say next one, pictures of your kingdom of 10.
yes, yes, highlight the important things that you think you may want to go back to.
Wait a minute, that was the visual
That's visual regression. It works on visual regression. Alright, so you can also highlight. So highlighting is also good for you. There's another feature, but I can't be in the hands of it, but I'm going to help you with that. What's the last one?
Last one is, you said
Read the first sentence, last sentence, and then zoom to the middle of the paragraph.
but the second to last is the best and the last sentence.
I'll
Through the
middle. Alright.
The middle, just zoom to it, but first sentence, last sentence, just zoom to the middle.
So yeah, so read the first sentence, the last sentence, then kind of find the gist in the middle of that paragraph. That tells you really what it is about. Let's try with the book in that from and thankfully this book is actually smaller than next it's much easier. It's still 3 chapters. Still 3 chapters. But there is a lot to apply in this book in that from starting from when you really start to read. So the first thing to say is set your plate, prepare your table. You know, so you are going to be fun to be organized. Organized. What with a pen and paper, a lot. Write down a lot. We start with that today. Another thing, last week, during the orientation, I spoke to you about getting the personal development journal, right? Yeah. So I'm going to emphasize that today. You must get a personal development journal. Something like this will actually do it. It's hardcover, all right? Try not to use spirals. So hardcovers will do a lot for you, all right? Will help you. So as you read it, you want to be jotting down some things that you want to remember, or things that you just want to raise yourself to doing, or things that resonate with you. I'll ask you to write it down. So take a note of pen and write all of it down. And then weekends, you can spend your weekends. Okay, we read weekends too, right?
Yes.
Read weekends.
Yes.
I'll eat 3 weekends.
You're not every day.
So it's every day. It's every day.
Okay, the spirit already.
Actually, I almost missed Saturday. I was like, yesterday. I don't know what me back to the timetable. I said, 7 days.
There's Saturday and Sunday. You know, yeah. Just to get you into that mode. Alright, so don't forget, make sure that you get your personal development journal. It's very, very important.
What's the personal development?
So the personal development journal is simply a notebook. I just call it the personal development journal. Where you're writing things and you're reading the book, things that you want to remember, or particular thoughts that come to you. I'm going to encourage you to answer those questions here at the back. Answer the
Things that
questions
you want
behind
to
every
do, I
chapter.
want to keep at this, I want to do
Is
this.
it only from the books that you're reading or
Anything, even along this
No,
journey.
for the books that you're reading. Yeah, when you are done, I mean, any book that you read, just have a culture of always writing as you read. You know, okay, there's something called I don't remember now. It's okay, yeah. So reading and writing is actually called the psychoneuromotor process. Alright. The idea of reading and writing, what it does for you is it reduces that information to your subconscious mind. Alright, because many of the things that you do as adults actually comes from our subconscious mind. Okay? So what training and learning things like this does for you is bring you back to your consciousness. We live our lives from our subconscious. Our decisions we make from our subconscious. And that's why we tell mothers and parents, you see, be careful how you train your child. The child is formed between the ages of 0 and 7. After 7, that child is formed for life. That's the truth. Formed for life. However, it's trainings that bring us back to our consciousness. What this training is doing for you now is deleting some ancient files in your mind. So it's a total mind renewal process. So as you read and you write, when you read and write, it introduces your subconscious mind. Alright, and that's where we act from. So that's why it's good as you read, you write things that you want to do, things that you want to improve, just write them down, just be amazed. And that's why goal setting said that millionaires write down their goals 8 to 5 times daily. Millionaires write down their goals about 8 to 10 times daily. Just getting their mind to pull over it and pull over it and pull over it and pull over it is such a powerful thing. So don't just read, always read and write. And even as your children are growing, encourage them to do the same thing as well. You have a question?
Yes. Okay, so for the goals, right? Okay, so I have I wrote my goals for the year. And then, so am I supposed to be writing it again on a daily basis or just like keeping tab that, okay, am I achieving this or how do we go about that?
Okay, so this is what I do. Now there are 3 categories of my life, basically, right? And have top 3 goals in those different aspects of my life. Like the top of my head, it's always there, so what do I really want to do? You know, I just must never lose sight. There's no way to lose sight of your goals, of your objectives. I mean, you can do whatever you can. That's because you no longer will be motivated to do the things that you're supposed to be doing. For instance, if I'm supposed to take a particular training, I hardly will remember. So just writing down your goals just has a way of training your mind to focus. All you want to do is train your mind to focus.
I think
mental notes for what I want to
It's not enough.
it's not enough. I'll take you back to what we were asked to do, to write out to do list. Days that I wrote my to do list and I ticked it off, I was more focused and I accomplished. Days I didn't have anything, I was floating here. I didn't do anything. So I think it makes a lot of
It just has a way of making your mind focus, you know, and helps you to actually achieve and be on track. You know, he said that you focus on something long enough, you see it around somehow. It's just that the time you decide you want a particular kind of car. And all of a sudden you decide to see that car everywhere. Why? Is it that suddenly everybody bought a car? But those cars there, yes. What happened? Your subconscious mind blurred out every other thing and helped you to see that car. Because suddenly you decided that's what I want. Alright? So it just helps you to focus and more like takes away all the distractions somewhat from the environment where you can actually achieve that goal. Alright? So any other questions? So I think you have about 10 to 15 minutes break and then the next class will start. If I were you, I'll take a bathroom break and start reading. Alright, so you have about 15 minutes.